We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Dawson's, it is the shawarma sauce. Oh, baby. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very excited about this. I'm wow. That's all I have to say is I didn't expect a sauce like this was ever going to exist, and I am pleased beyond belief that it does, because shawarma is one of my favorite foods. And boy am I looking forward to this video, because boy was I overdue. Not to give too much away, you'll see that coming up shortly. Let's take a look at the only ingredient panel. We have cayenne, we have vinegar, we have garlic, extra virgin olive oil, which I think is what is taking the place of normally you would have like a tahini in shawarma for a shawarma sauce to go with it. We have honey, spices. We'll get back to spices in a second. We have red chili pepper. I don't know what that means. We have sea salt, granulated garlic, and chili powder. Now, shawarma, the ingredients for shawarma have a laundry list of ingredients. A lot of things like cumin and different peppers, allspice, cloves, but also things that are fairly distinctive, I think, to that material, which is not so much coriander as part of it, but things like sumac and cardamom. And I'm assuming that some of those spices are in here, but this visual reminds me a little bit of the torchbearer sauces, the way that they go about theirs. Although this actually pours, and torchbearers almost never do. But we've got this sort of light orange coloration here with little specks in it. Beautiful, beautiful sauce. I like how this sauce looks. I do. And it's just so wild to me that somebody would put out a hot sauce as a shawarma sauce. Like, that just mind-blowing to me. I am so beyond thrilled that they did, though. So thank you so much, Dawson's, for actually doing this, because this is a marvel. And it doesn't hurt that it's pretty good sauce to boot. In fact, let's just get into that now. Delightful creaminess with cayenne, a lot of garlic. Definitely that extra virgin olive oil is doing well there. A lot of the spices, they don't play as heavily into this, but there is a lot of the spices that lend themselves to the concept of shawarma. And I'm overdue. So guess what I got? I got a shawarma platter. Look at that. The whole kit and caboodle. I got half beef and I got half chicken. And sometimes you get pita bread. This particular place, I don't. Rice came with it. And apparently onions also. We'll get rid of those. Throw this shit away. None of that now. And they also have their own sauces, some sort of red sauce here. And this, I assume, is the salad dressing, some sort of green something or other. And we're going to put this thing through its pace on everything. We'll figure out what this is. There's also rice in here. And I forgot a fork. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the fork. And let's see, so we have rice. Okay, so just a bunch of rice. Oh. Just excellent. I couldn't remember whether I like beef or chicken better, so I always get half and half. If there's lamb, I'll get a triple. Oh man. I like the beef better so far. Okay, let's see what this is. Ugh. This smells like Frank's. It's interesting. It's some sort. It's almost like a chili ketchup. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is cilantro something. It's pretty good. Let's put that aside for now. I wish I did have. Next time I go there, I'll have to make sure I remember to get the pita bread. Also, most places will give it to you. I'm so overdue. All right, we'll get to on the meats here in a minute. First, we're gonna try it on vegetables. Oh, that's not good. Very clashy. All right. Next, we'll go with some chicken. Speaking of which, I gotta be judicious with this. Make sure I actually have enough for the Q4 2023 weekend. I don't care if I use it up all except for that though. This stuff is great. I like this sauce a lot. Oh, oh. That is so good. Mmm. 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 Just want to compare for a second. So whatever this stuff is, this isn't bad. I was just nowhere near. I don't think, but let's find out. It's it's very strong tasting. It really changes up the dynamic a lot. I don't like that there. I will try it. I'll try it right now on beef. Yeah, it's too much. All right, I finally uncovered some of this basmati or jasmine rice here. So good. Oh man. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. I love it. I took a break from fast food, well, from everything, from restaurants for quite a while. You know, thanks to the pandy that we all know and love. And I'll tell you, I was missing this shawarma. So this being an excuse to go out and get some, and I should have done it before then. Interesting. The sauce works better, I think, on the chicken. So by itself, I like the beef a little bit better. With this sauce, it's a runaway win for the chicken. And this salad dressing is pretty good. Assuming you like cilantro, which I do. Got interesting creaminess to it. Might be some avocado, something in there. I don't love avocado. I don't even particularly like it very well. Oh my gosh. I gotta get back to the shawarma. I'm trying to keep these things separate here, as the salad and the hot sauce don't go together well. If you're lucky enough to have a shawarma restaurant where you are, go. I'm very fortunate now. I have several to choose from in the area I'm in. So there's not really much of a heat charge here though. This is, I mean, cayenne is pretty much it. Okay, we better. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Of course, we have the wax stuff on the neck. Why? I don't know. Fancy, I guess. It's so creamy. I just love it. What happens if we cross the streams a little bit, though? I'm curious. I don't like this sauce very well. I don't think I'm going to eat any more of it. In fact, let's put this over here in the lid. Let's just try to mix the streams, though, and see what happens. Interesting. Actually, it's pretty good. So nice. I sometimes don't know if the hot ones show is a blessing or a curse for the chili head community at large. One of the things that's absolutely a positive, maybe the biggest one, is that it introduces so many different styles of sauces. Not only to the general public, but I think to the chili head community as well. I wouldn't have known. Dawson's has been around since 2013. I didn't know of their existence, especially until the show. And even if I did, there's a huge question of whether or not I would have bought a sauce called a shawarma sauce. As much as I love shawarma, it's not always a very fast food. And usually I feel like I'm perpetually in a hurry. And I don't always want to wait. But this one, you know, I can't. How am I going to do a video for a shawarma sauce for you all out there in YouTube land and not have any actual shawarma to show you with the sauce? I'm really interested to see how it's going to work with the wings. I have burned through a lot of this. Wow. I'm really, really curious to see what it... I mean, it's going to be good. Like, I already know it's good as chicken. Even if, you know, even without it here, I've had it on strips. The first place I had this was strips. And it's thick enough to almost function as a gravy. And the shawarma spices in there are not forceful enough to render it unusable like a pizza. In fact, the pizza, there's so many different flavors in there that work with pizza, the garlics and so on, that and the thickness of it almost comes like a gravy, but it warms up a little bit and it's dynamite. I used it actually almost as a gravy on chicken tendies, and it was fantastic there. It is just really, like, I don't think I would enjoy it on burgers, and in fact I didn't like it particularly on the beef. So I think this is somewhat that you keep it with a white meat, a lighter meat, and I think that's to be where this is going to be the best. But remarkably inventive sauce, just like it is so daring, I think, to put this out there, given that there's a lot of people generally, there's a lot, Chileans included, there's a lot of just folks out there in the world that have never heard of shawarma, don't know what it is. And had there not been that Avengers movie to introduce it to a lot of other folks, they still might not know. And it's a shame, because that is one of the very best things you can experience in your life from a food perspective. So anyway, let's see here. Definitely very low on the heat side. I think it was one of the earlier sauces I think it was season 13 possibly that it was in. One of the earlier sauces of that season, but just tremendous. I really like what they've done with this sauce. It is quite a marvel. No pun. In the right setting though. So stick to the lighter meats and play around with it on some of the other stuff. Like, this is what I would at least consider throwing on a plate of spaghetti. You know, it works very, very well on pizza. So definitely a very, very quality product here. The more open-minded you are, the better off you're going to be. I think that goes generally, but certainly with this sauce. And man, Dawson's, I think they just did a tremendous job. I'm extremely, even I had no other sauces. If I had no other sauces other than this from the show, it would be a win in my book. And I guess we'll just leave it there. So there it is, the Dawson's Shawarma Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.